A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This one fielded at the 5. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football overtime, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Over the middle, complete. It's Day. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. They'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know how you put those big cans down on the sideline and then angle for them and shot for them? Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. There on the stop was Leo Chanel. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
From his own end zone, Tagovailoa, 3rd and long. That one complete to Elliott. A big play there for Minnesota. 48 yards. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see him in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. On 2nd and 12, Tua. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And Jacobs, I don't think he's going to get there, no. It appears they're going to mark him short of the 1st. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He will have the conversion and more than that. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll look to throw here. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way up near midfield. 42 yards rushing for him now, and just his first 3 carries. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game, and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Tua. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll get it inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Garrett Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. So a teammate picking him up there. That was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Phillips. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Once again, it's Jacobs. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From the 6. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. As they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Oh, that was so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. They'll run with Jacobs, and he is going to lose yardage here. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll throw now on the final play. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Ready. Loss of 2. Brings up second and 12.
Tua going to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Royal, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Tua sets up to pass it. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So now the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
He finds Wilson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. On first down. Royal. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They go play action here on first down. He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Hooked by Julian Love. And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From midfield, here's Tua. Finding Elliott for the catch on the out route. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage. But right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward. And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They got to figure out a bit.
Under pressure, they got him again. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Tua. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 15. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 2nd and 6. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll find Hodgins there complete. Touchdown, Chicago! Isaiah Hodgins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Bears 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball. And that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now a play fake here on first down. And this one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that one complete to Hodgins. And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
He's got it to the 43 here.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for a 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll keep it on the ground. It's McLaughlin, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. On 3rd down, McLaughlin. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Vikings are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. It's McLaughlin. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That one complete to Elliott. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 97 yards. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back to throw now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now...
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. An extra point attempt to follow here. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Out left and complete to Thornton. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. On play action, here's Tua. And he gets this to Thornton. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.